In our modern world, the topic of the deep state has become an integral part of political discussions. People question who really runs the government and how corrupt it is. In this article, we will explore some aspects of this complex issue with Professor Mark Moyer of Hillsdale. One of the main issues is who really makes decisions in government, elected officials, or a deeply entrenched bureaucracy. As Professor Moyer points out, the system was originally designed to ensure continuity of power, but over time it has evolved into a privileged class disconnected from the reality of ordinary citizens. Professor Moyer, who worked in the Trump administration, has observed this problem from the inside. He notes that many officials are convinced that government exists primarily for their own self-interest rather than to serve the people. This belief in their own integrity, backed up by nearly a lifetime of employment, leads some officials to allow themselves to ignore the will of the voters and advance their own political views. One prime example of this behavior is the decision by some cities and states to redistribute tax funds to illegal immigrants while veterans and senior citizens are left out. As Professor Moyer notes, this is resented by most Americans, but many left-leaning officials openly support such policies. Another controversial issue is the use of the term illegal immigrant or illegal alien. Some schools penalize children for using these terms, requiring them to call illegal immigrants newcomers or migrants. Professor Moyer considers such demands absurd and a violation of free speech. He argues that these terms accurately describe a situation where people are breaking immigration laws and their use is not hate speech. In his book Masters of Corruption, Professor Moyer recounts his own experience with corruption at the U.S. Agency for International Development. He faced fierce resistance from the bureaucracy when he tried to restore order and ended up being targeted himself. As for the numerous lawsuits against former President Trump, Professor Moyer sees them as a politically motivated campaign to discredit his opponent. He believes that such minor infractions are not usually prosecuted, but in the case of Trump, they are being used as an excuse to attack. In conclusion, the problem of the deep state and corrupt bureaucracy is a serious challenge to democracy. Voters must be vigilant and demand real action from their elected representatives to bring order to the state apparatus. This is the only way to ensure that government truly serves the interests of the people and not a narrow group of privileged bureaucrats. Thank you for watching this video. If you like the article, don't forget to put a like and subscribe to the channel to receive new interesting materials. I wish you all the best and success in all your endeavors.